Why Ruben Amorim's criticism of Marcus Rashford could backfire as Man United look to offload outcast forward before the transfer window closes. Ruben Amorim's criticism of Marcus Rashford is in danger of backfiring as Manchester United struggle to offload the unsettled star with 6 days of the transfer window left. Amorim took an extraordinary swipe at Rashford after United's win at Fulham on Sunday by declaring that he would rather pick his 63-year-old goalkeeper coach Jorge Vital than the England forward. Rashford has not featured in the last 11 games, and it now feels as though he has reached the point of no return with Amorim. United sources insisted on Monday that the head coach's comments about players having the right attitude in training apply to every member of the squad and not just Rashford. But United find themselves in a similar situation to a year ago when Jadon Sancho's fallout with Erik ten Hag left his position at Old Trafford practically untenable and he rejoined Borussia Dortmund on loan. Dortmund and Barcelona are leading the way to sign Rashford until the end of the season, but his have been a major stumbling block and there are concerns that Amorim's comments will make it even harder for United to strike a deal that suits them. Ruben Amorim has risked making it look like Manchester United are desperate to get rid of him as it is. The club will have to supplement some of Rashford's salary if he leaves before Monday's deadline. But by taking such a hardline stance over the 27-year-old, Amorim has risked making United look desperate to get rid of him. It still appears more likely that Rashford will leave his hometown team to begin a new chapter in his career elsewhere, while freeing up some space on the wage bill to help the club comply with profit and sustainability rules. Although there was fresh speculation on Monday linking Rashford with a move to Turkey, where his former United managers Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Jose Mourinho are in charge at Besiktas and Fenerbahce, it's understood the player is reluctant to go there, having already turned down lucrative deals in Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, the Manchester United Supporters Trust have written an open letter to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, warning the club's minority owner that he risks outright rebellion by raising season ticket prices next season. Ratcliffe was the target of abusive chanting by United fans at Fulham and then confronted by angry supporters as his car left Craven Cottage after the game. Must have urged the Ineos billionaire to freeze prices, saying now is the worst possible time to raise them. Man United close to agreeing fee to sign remarkable player. Manchester United are closing in on the signing of Arsenal youngster Aiden Heaven, with the Red Devils nearing an agreement on a fee, according to The Athletic's Laurie Whitwell. Heaven was in attendance at Old Trafford as United defeated Rangers in the Europa League earlier this week. With the 18-year-old clearly talking to other clubs, it looks as though a departure from Arsenal could be likely in the coming weeks or months. According to a report from The Athletic, United are now close to reaching an agreement to sign Heaven from the Gunners, with his scholarship terms expiring in the summer. The 18-year-old has also travelled to Germany to hold talks with Eintracht Frankfurt, while Arsenal have offered him a new contract. Mikel Arteta previously described the young defender as remarkable, but it appears Heaven could be heading through the exit door in the near future. Heaven will be hoping to join a club where he can see a pathway to the first team, but it's difficult to see him making an instant impact with the United senior squad if he does join. United are also pushing to secure the signature of Lecce star Patrick Dorgu, and have reportedly agreed terms over a deal which could see him join the club until 2031. The January window is always a tricky one, but the Red Devils appear willing to spend some money in order to improve Ruben Amorim's squad. The Manchester outfit are struggling in the Premier League this season and currently find themselves battling in the bottom half of the table. Signings will be necessary to help Amorim navigate United into a side that can compete for European places once again, but a lot of the damage has already been done this term. United are currently 12 points away from the Champions League spots, but they could certainly mount a charge to qualify for the Europa League if Amorim can steer them back in the right direction as soon as possible. Fabrizio Romano. Man United agree deal for remarkable player. Medical booked. Manchester United are set to land their second youngster from Arsenal in the matter of a few months, according to Fabrizio Romano, with Gunners starlet Aiden Heaven set to ditch Mikel Arteta for Ruben Amorim in the coming transfer window. The report by Romano states that Heaven is on his way to Old Trafford from Arsenal, where he will follow in Cheeto Obi Martin's footsteps after the Dane did the same earlier this season once he ran his Arsenal contract down. The 18-year-old defender, who was called remarkable by Mikel Arteta in pre-season, is set to leave the Gunners to make the move up north, with a medical booked ahead of his Red Devils switch, and having rejected a new deal in North London, Heaven has also rejected an approach from Bundesliga side Eintracht Frankfurt. An agreement is formally being sealed between all parties, and that brought about Romano's infamous "Here we go" catchphrase with the move all but done. It will see Heaven, who made his Arsenal debut against Preston North End in the League Cup back in October, shortly become a United starlet. For United, it's a superb capture from their recruitment team. Heaven, having been marvelled over by Arteta, has featured on the bench in one of their Champions League games, 3 Premier League matches and a League Cup game, alongside marking his bow against Preston, and that exposure to the first team shows that he is almost capable of making the step up to Premier League at such a young age. With 48 appearances at a competitive level for the Gunners' youth teams alongside 4 caps for England's young sides, Heaven is clearly a trusted talent throughout youth ranks, and United adding him to their young squad is a superb capture. For Arsenal, however, it does display worrying signs. Obi Martin left earlier in the season for United, and 2 stars of quality progressing to one of their biggest rivals isn't ideal. Should the duo shine at Old Trafford and become regulars, it will mark a failure to keep hold of top talent, especially with another of England's top clubs being able to tempt them away from the Emirates Stadium. Marcus Rashford wants to join Barcelona amid €100 million transfer bombshell. Marcus Rashford wants to join Barcelona this month as his departure from Man United nears, according to the club's former chief scout. Mick Brown, who spent over a decade at Old Trafford during the club's most successful period and remains very well connected there, exclusively told Football Insider that the forward's preference is to make the move to the Spanish giants. Rashford needs to move away from the spotlight of English football, where every mistake he makes on or off the pitch is closely scrutinized by fans and the media. As a result, he has always lent in favor of a move abroad, with the likes of Borussia Dortmund and AC Milan plotting late-window moves. However, interest from both of those clubs is thought to have faded as Barcelona have emerged as the new frontrunners to complete a deal before February 3. Marcus Rashford makes Man United transfer decision. As far as Barcelona are concerned, there is a feeling they would need to sell a player to ease their wage cap concerns before they could land Brown, who has a wealth of experience in top-level player recruitment and also worked for the likes of Tottenham and Aston Villa, insisted the move should happen before the window closes, but it could be taken out of the hands of the Man United man. He wants to join Barcelona, he told Football Insider. So if that was offered to him, he'd snap their hand off for it. I'm not sure Barcelona are in the best position financially to cover his wages, so that might end up being a problem for them. But it's certainly a move he wants to make. I said before, the move abroad suits him best because it would take him out of the spotlight that's always on you from the fans and the media. If the Dortmund interest has cooled, I think Barcelona is one that would suit him, so we'll have to wait and see before the end of the window.